Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Slipways, where today we're going to have to face the hard truth that this level's hard, and last time we didn't do very well. And we're gonna have to improve a lot. I guess that's more than one hard truth, which is appropriate. It is right there in the name. So yeah, we're on mission. The point is, we're on mission. Let's figure this out. So we've been dealt a different set of texts here that I do think is maybe a little bit more viable. I mean, I hate to just go to the same well over and over again, but gosh, gene adjustment. It's right there. It's pretty good. There's some compelling stuff in our later trees as well, like Genesis cells is often very good. Universal harmony is great. Just produce extra culture without having to sacrifice anything for it. It's just free stuff. Which strongly incentivizes us to keep the Dender around till the end, which is... Listen, we may have to accept some sacrifices here. So I made notes. I have them up on my other monitor. We need 12 hammers to get to phase 2, then 19 to 3, then 27, then 37 in order to win. That is... I could have done this math before. 64, 83, 95? 95 total hammers. And it's worth noting you get no carryover from one phase to another. So it's in practice, it's going to end up being more than that. So we need to average 4 hammers per year for the entire scenario, which is difficult. Which is to say, we're going to have to move a lot faster, and that's going to necessitate leaving some factions behind, I think. I don't really think there's a way around it. So... we need to be thinking about that right now while we're trying to figure this out. Whose perks are we going to take? Who is going to be in for the entire time? I think prosperity is so important, and I actually think it's more important in this scenario than it ordinarily is even, which is really saying something. Because we have to be able to satisfy specific worlds. We don't get to pick the worlds that must be prosperous. It has to be the stuff near the archive. So that seems really important. I'm very pleased to see gene adjustment. I'm disappointed to see that we don't have the Slipway extension technology this time. We do have access to this, the slip amplifier, which gives us kind of a similar thing, but it does cost money to build the slip amplifier. It reduces the cost to build the slipways that come out of it by some amount, so you're recouping some portion of that cost. But still, every dollar counts in the early game especially. To that end, we probably have to take a money-making technology for the other option, and it doesn't really seem like we have very many choices there. Novelty Traders is very good. Interstellar networks will be nice for trying to push at the end to get more prosperity. Tourist resorts also potentially valuable, actually. We haven't made much use of these, but dollars is dollars. It's important stuff. I'm inclined to just take miners again. It worked pretty well last time. So you can make these on Earth-like, jungle, and ocean planets. The high value planet types for sure. Yeah. I think so. We're probably going to have to pick up minerals. Gosh, we need so many technologies. All right, let's try to hold on to the Bakar and the Dender. The Dender, that's a tough hold, but we can't not take prosperity. Prosperity is way too valuable. Okay, 4 hammers per year on average for the entirety of the scenario. Ugh. It is so bad. We are so very doomed. Okay, gosh. So there's no way to make robots. Those worlds touch? They could. They could. So this can't be a people world, though. There's no way to get chips to it. That's actually really awkward. Yeah, wow. There's no way to get started here. So right now, this world is the only place where we can actually get food. This is, okay, that helps. It's a shame that we couldn't really afford to take the Silthid multi-purpose factory perk. So if this world wasn't here, that would help a lot. Unfortunately, we did not get that technology. Okay, that's interesting. Is there... So it's like people, minerals, robots, robots to make biomass, biomass makes food. Like, it's a complicated setup to start with, but I don't know that we have a better move that's going to actually, like, have every planet's needs met. Oops, hold on. I'm just like press the wrong buttons. Do we want to just run the food directly? We don't have a source of chips over here. Hold on. Let me undo this colonize. Ooh, we could have a source of chips over here if we just make this a food world, and then we can send food from this world to here. And yeah, okay, so I think we leave the biomass world out of it. Also lets me do this and this, which is actually super good. Okay. Okay. There we go. We have a fairly complex initial setup. We do not have a lot of worlds around the thing here, and unfortunately, there is no way to get goods to this world, so it can never be successful. That's a problem. I do not have $3. Also a problem. Okay, let's start figuring this out. That's going to be an asteroid or nothing, almost certainly. So this is in range. We can make this a water world and send water over there, and that would be pretty good, but we can't get the people for that action from here without cutting this then successful world off. Do we need to connect right now? Maybe? Honestly, maybe. Which factions are we defending? Tough to say. So we want to try to keep the Bakar up. So we have to settle a fair number of worlds relatively quickly, actually. Okay, this world needs to be a water world, though, because it needs to feed that world, too. So this world being a water world is really high value. So we need a source of food. This could be robots to food here, and then food trade the water, and that makes this work if we can get robots out of something nearby. Okay. That's going to require even more setup, but actually I think it's very workable. So we do robots to food here. This world becomes successful. Food makes people here. We get to scan this. Turn a nearby planet into a world of your choosing is really interesting. We do that. And then this has to be robots because we need the food. Yeah. So that has to be food. So that this can be this, so that this can be this. Okay. And we are at this point defending 3 of our factions. If we want to get this, we can do this. We can do this. This can work. Okay. So I think we have to connect here. We have to start generating hammers. Have to. We have a little circle here of worlds that are almost providing each other enough resources. That's out of range, which is really annoying. We may have to pick up slip amplifiers. We have a couple of good asteroids we can blow up here. I really want more people for this world. Interesting. It's turning out to be really difficult for us to generate goods. Okay, that's something. All right. So, take a look over here as well. That's interesting news. Biomass, which would be usable. Yeah, it's out of range. So making this slipway here is not a big deal. Or just get 6 science out of it, or make it a tourist attraction, honestly, is like very, very possible. We need to get the rate of science income, or of hammer income up, though, still. So that needs to happen like now. Now would be good. If we make this a source of biomass, it can feed this world's... yeah, that can feed this and this. Biomass plus food makes this a people world. And then we make goods, probably. We send those goods over here. That prevents this world from connecting to the archive. So we are at that point limiting ourselves to 1, 2, 3. This connection kills that. 4, 5 total worlds, which can generate a maximum of 10 total hammers. That's if we get everything to prosperous. That makes it pretty tough to make up for lost time. We have to get everything worked out like right away. That said, do we have another choice? I think the answer to that question is no. Pretty sure the answer to that question is no. Speaking of hammers and things we got to do and time and whatnot. Let me blow this up and get our first lab established. So right here we can do robot lab. If we do this, we're cutting off interior trade to a bunch of these worlds. Like, we can't move chips from here to there, but we probably want to move our chips down to here anyway. And we do need to make this happen. Robot lab. We need to make this happen. By this, I mean science, in case that was not clear. Okay. So the chips could go to here. We can pop this world to successful. We don't have to make that choice yet. And this world is not... Oh, this world becomes prosperous, actually, if we do that. Yeah, we do need to make that at this point. We need to get the hammer number up. So we can do this as soon as we can get the biomass out of here as soon as we hit the first level. But it doesn't help to do it right now. This won't become successful. So what? This becomes... What was my plan? Hold on. This becomes a people world. Generates minerals from here. The minerals become goods. So this world actually has a really hard... This world can't become successful via that plan. That is a problem. Unless... If we make this a people world... Yeah, with the range booster, that could absolutely happen. And it's just going to have to? But if we use this to produce goods for this world, then... we are disabling that, and this world can't connect to the thing anyway. This world could get its goods from somewhere else. It doesn't have to be like that. If we make this so robots, minerals to robots, robots to water, then there's going to be a slipway here. But this is going to be a people world, so we could do a water lab over here. That's not bad. Should we just go ahead and do that? I'm trying to figure out like how we spend the time here, because the fact is we need to get the hammer number up right now. So this world won't actually be getting its people. We could spawn the people. I have to be careful not to nuke our happiness. We can spawn the people. We can make the minerals. This world won't be able to get to successful, though. Because it'll need 2 minerals out. We can make the robots to water part happen. But we need a second point of mineral out for that to actually work. Yeah, that's tricky. I mean, I guess we start building it, though. I don't know if we want to take this. I guess we do have to figure that out. So this would give me the ability to go people out to Earth, jungle, or ocean to make money. Right now, it doesn't feel like we're going to have a lot of use for it. I honestly might just save and take gene adjustment as our first attack. I know that's pretty slow progress, but I don't know that we have a lot of choices there. Robots. So hold on. Is this a world that can take mineral? It's not. Is this a world that can take mineral? It's not. Shit. Alright. Robot makes water. Water goes here. World's worst mineral lab? That's going to be a people world. Yeah, something right here. I'm going to do it because I think we actually do need the 1 point of science, or the 1 point of hammer, rather, that badly. So this gets us where we're going at the beginning of the year. Okay. Then this is a people world, water world, connection. Another source of robots into here. Once the water's going out, we'll make another connection. If we do people to minerals to the lab, we're actually making it very difficult to connect an extra source of robots to this, though. And we may need to not do that. Well, one problem at a time. Here we can make this connection that'll at least get us a little bit more income. And can't make that connection, but we're gonna need to. So we may as well go ahead and pay for these now. And then we can take a bad asteroid here. And we'll take this. Okay. So we flip this. Keep studying, carry on. Okay. Now that that has happened, we can make this a double biomass thing, and all of those worlds get better. This world, in order to become prosperous, needs one of its neighbors, one thing that it's connected to flip, which we should figure out because that would be super useful. Having another prosperous world connected to the thing would be very, very good. We probably need to do this. And the value of that is just going to go up and up as we go on here. We can make this world successful, but we can't create any meaningful link between those two. This world can't be successful. This world can't really be successful. I need a source of goods. Okay. Frustrating. Well, I mean, we can just start another mineral world. This is pretty high value. What? Go. There we go. Okay, so now we're at 5 hammers. 5 hammers per year. Is that going to cut it? So let's see. That'll be 3764. We can flip to phase 2. Then we'll need 6 years. So 70. We'll get to phase 3. Or we're phase 2 now. We'll get to phase 3, then we'll get to phase 4. And then we'll generate 25 more hammers. So we need to go higher. We're going to be at 25 of 57 at the end of the game if that is all we get. But we can potentially do better. It's pretty good odds we're going to be able to get that number up. We're going to be able to get that number up. So we do have to keep working, though. It's not a big deal if this doesn't flip and connect, I suppose. If we can get some goods to this world and connect it, that's going to help a ton. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. So the next thing we have to take, I think, is slip amplifiers. Which means we don't get any of this good stuff. But, we need the slip amplifiers to be able to make this world successful. And then if we're giving up on this world connecting, we can make this connection, which will potentially flip this world. And will make it easier to flip this world. And so, yeah, there's a lot, we'll be able to get a fair number of prosperous connections going. I have hope here. So for the moment, thing that might be helpful to do is go ahead and connect this mine then. Just get more science income. And we'll fix the happiness problem here in just a moment. We have to get to 106 on happiness, which is actually bad. Allow me to posit that is a problem. Yeah. Was I... Hold on. I thought I had another thought about labs. Oh, I was thinking of doing a lab that I think is going to end up... No, it's going to be totally fine, actually. We have to make this work as a people world, though. This has to get food. Never mind, it's fine. It's actually trivial. This world is going to produce at most one more water. So that's kind of problematic. It's like, we want this to happen, we may as well stop the happiness loss. Right, we're going to do this thing. Eventually, once we have the science. And then the idea is the lab goes here and draws water, people. But do we need to make this connection? Is that going to be critical? I think it might be. Which is bad, obviously. Yeah, we can do that. I've made this world unflippable, but I also don't care. I guess we can do this. This is just free money, but it's not free money. It costs time. Time is important. Oh, right. We have the option of doing some stuff over here that could be fun. But I don't know that we need to make that anything just yet. Do we have... No, we don't. We don't have the lab improvement technology. So in order to get to 8 science, we do legitimately have to build the 3rd lab. And it has to be at least a 2 science lab. So it has to get a 2nd point of resources or a 2nd point of population. Either one works. If one of these is a way of generating minerals, that could also provide us with some value. The robot lab is locked in. We can't do anything about that. Yeah, I'm not sure what the best way to approach this is, but we need to generate a lot of extra hammers, so I really am, I'm very focused on making this stuff work as fast as possible. So, if we send out the point of water to the lab, that gets this to 5 imports-exports, but it still needs 3 prosperous connections. Or 3 successful connections. So this world is good. Connecting to this world, I think, is going to be really important for making both of these capable of flipping, which is going to rob us of some science. And maybe we don't do the water lab there at all then. And unfortunately, the fact that this world is the world that has to be connected here, and we need to do that to make it happen, means that we can't just use these 2 people worlds to send 2 humans plus a water to the lab, because this slipway is actually really inconvenient when it can happen. And we're kind of stuck until that. So next year we can make that occur. All right. We can make this prosperous, and that flips this world. Or we can make this successful, rather, and that flips this world to prosperous and gets us, I think, very potentially all the hammers we're ever going to need. If we were to lose the Dender at this point, this world will never be able to be prosperous without the Dender. This world is also reliant on that perk. This world is also reliant on that perk. Only one of our prosperous planets remains prosperous without the perk. But flipping a bunch of worlds to successful and prosperous is going to give us this stuff anyway. So we had to figure this out then. That's a thing of tremendous import. This world has to legitimately be successful, which means we need a source of robots or a source of minerals to get over here. Can you make that distance? Probably. With the slip amplifier, probably. Can you make that? Yes. Adds weather control to the tech list. Gets you 6 science. Okay, so we're going to do this. So, the deal with the slip amplifier. It improves the range of all slipways off of the planet and drops their cost. So I guess it makes sense to build it here, because that way we can build 2 cheaper slipways and defray a significant amount of the cost. It feels a little silly to have 2 planets with the slip amplifier connected to each other, because we do have to build one here. But I think it's the case that we need to. I'm pretty sure. We could build the slip amplifier here and here, but I don't think we actually get anything out of slip amplifying this planet, because after it does this, it's not going to ever connect to anything else. So yeah, let's go ahead and make. So this has got to be robots to goods. Establish the amplifier. Then wait. Also establish the amplifier here. Will it actually lower the cost? I don't know if it's lowering the cost twice. Okay, big moves. Big, important moves. So 7 hammers. Let me just run through the math again and see if we're at a sustainable, like a victoriable rate. You know what I'm trying to words. So at the end of 3764, we'll be able to move up right now. No, at the beginning of 3764, we'll be able to move up right now. Then at 7 per, it's going to take 4 years. Yeah, we're good. We're good. 7 hammers from here is sufficient. And in fact, I think it gives us a little bit of room to delay if we need to, make numbers work and stuff. So, doesn't make any sense to do biomass here. We could take the money or we could take the science, and I think those are both very reasonable plays. How do we make you happy? You have enough goods, you just need a world, you need a flip. You're only connected to one thing that's happy right now, and actually I probably can't fix that. Does this reach? That does reach. Okay. That'll definitely help. But where am I going to get a 3rd successful neighbor? This has to flip, is the answer to that question. Okay, I need a bunch of money. We don't have any asteroids. We have 1 asteroid. It's certainly not going to fund all of this. We still need to make a lab. We still need to generate a huge number of robots and stuff. We might have to give up on the Silthid now. What techs are in the future that I might want that are Silthid? We won't be able to make... Oh, I forgot Microforges was even available. That's really interesting. So this lets you build a structure that goes, as it says here, minerals to chips. But then there's an additional upgrade that can be unlocked that lets you do minerals to robots and minerals to goods from the Microforge as well, which actually makes it a little bit easier to succeed at some things and potentially allows us to build some different lab structures. Oh, we should probably do this, huh? Here, I'm going to destroy this thing, and then I'm going to make that connection. And then I'm gonna hit end year. Oh no, that's right. Ha, miners. We got money from that. So we have enough money to send 2 probes. I think I just send 2 probes. So there's no way we're going to be able to connect these goods to here. I was kind of hoping we'd see a Forge World over here somewhere. As we have no Forge World, I'm not really sure what to do about that problem specifically. We could do this because we have obviously a way to deliver a person and a way we can make a successful world happen. That doesn't make this world immediately prosperous though, so it doesn't affect our happiness level too much. Well, I mean, I guess it makes this world produce extra happiness. Is this that's robots? Shoot, it's a jungle world, not a primordial world. We could try to set up a biomass lab over here potentially, depending on what's around. Let's have a look at what's around. So we really do need to set up one more good lab. Okay, that's interesting. So this world won't ever produce more people than it's currently producing. But maybe it doesn't need to. If we put a slip amplifier on here, and we go biomass, we could set up a lab over here, use the person from that to produce all the biomass we need, and then... yeah, that's not bad. That gets us the Vittori. It gets us a significant part of the way to here. Gosh, though. We have so much we have to do. If I did my math correctly, we have, I believe, 2 years of delay time built into the timeline at this point. No, sorry, 1 year. 1 year of delay time, because it's going to take 6 years at the current rate to go from phase 4 to finished. So we have 1 year of delay time. So we could wait until we could wait until 3765 to hit the button here. So we have a little bit of time to clean this shit up, but we do have to clean it up. It's bad right now. So if I do a slip amplifier here, we can find out what's there. We need the slip amplifier to make that work, and we need the lab. The problem is I can't feed both of these worlds people from here. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna build the amplifier. We're gonna check this. Energy. Or cybernetic bodies. Unlocks using robot as person. You know what? This is probably not actually that useful. The biggest problem here is that we need robots. It's rarely the case that I'm like, gosh, I just have too many robots. Yeah, so I don't think we want to take that, but obviously, energy's a big deal. Let's not use it just yet because we don't have an immediate use for the energy. But that's very interesting. All right. Biomass. Biomass. Bad news. Lab goes here. Okay, so these worlds are now counted as trading something, even though they're not actually trading anything. Okay, cool. So, what is next technologically? Is it extreme miniaturization? Do we wait? We might wait. We could settle another world here. We need 2 worlds to keep the Bakar. If we lose the Bakar, we lose miners. But at this point, we might be okay. What else do we lose at the high end here? Starbirth would be really good to have. This is a Forian. That's not going anywhere. If we want universal harmony and interstellar networks, it may be the case that we just don't... We're not going to take Starbirth anyway. We just won't have the science. So maybe it's not a big deal if we lose the Bakar and the Silthid at this point. Or, like, just don't stress about it. That means that every mission we have from these 3 for the rest of the campaign is 100% mandatory, though, which is scary as heck. And this feels so doable. Let's try to hold on to the Bakar. I think we can let the Silthid go this time, but the Bakar are not even... It's not even a challenge. We just have to care. So we're going to get some vision. We have 8 months left. So this is a really easy one. It's like turning this into a water world is a total no-brainer. It gets us some stuff. Trying to figure out how we're gonna... I don't think we can keep the Bakar if we want to move forward this year. But I think we're, like I said before, I think we're okay to just eat a year here. So we no longer have people to send to Ulith. This world will not produce more people later. So we don't have that. This world could produce enough water to feed both of those and lead to a lot of extra prosperity if we had a world over here that could easily produce people. Interesting. So yeah, I think we're going to sit with this at this stage for a year. How do we fit this? Because making this a water world and then getting it people is super high value. We can run food to Bleak 2, but we can't, we don't have any biomass. So we can't make this the people world that powers this. This world, even with infinite range, would have an obstruction problem. It would be really nice to be able to do this world. Oh, this is a swamp planet. We actually can do that. Okay, let's make it happen. So we're gonna fix the Bakar situation here, obviously. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the button now. We're good to go. We're good to go. Do I want to buy my tech? Yes, we're gonna lose the Silthid. So if we're gonna pick up extreme miniaturization, it needs to happen now. Alternatively, what if we just ignore them? What if we get enlightenment, do an enlightenment project here, never have to run goods, flip stuff? Yeah, okay. Enlightenment solves a number of problems, actually. That's pretty good. So let's just go ahead and do this and lose the Silthid. Yep, you lose access to the Silthid perks and their uninvented technologies. I accept their decision as I am not given the option not to. I guess I want to do this first. Yeah, because that creates a larger number of successful trade routes. Okay. Cool. Wait. Let me go back to before the beginning of this year. Sorry, I forgot. We absolutely want to do this. And then connect this here. We can get an extra hammer for this first year, which we should obviously do. Then we can come over here and finish this stuff up. Silly me. Okay. Yeah. So you did some good work there. Got a bunch of planets flipped. There's a lot of happiness. Okay, let's figure out the next step. 14 additional science is actually very rough. That's really harsh. Oh, this has to happen. That's important to getting our happiness threshold. And then you're connected to nearly enough worlds. Oh, you're kidding. But it's so good, though. Okay. If we can find one more place to take people, we can flip this world quite easily. Or no, sorry. This world doesn't need... It needs a neighbor. It needs a successful neighbor. Yeah, it's got 2. So how do we create that situation? Nothing around here takes people. But if something around here can be compelled to produce food or biomass, that would do it. Then again, maybe I'm fine. Maybe I don't need to stress about this. Because like 9 hammers is a little awkward because it does mean that we're going to be at 26 in 2 years. And then it also takes X years plus 1 hammer to move from stage 4 to victory that way, which is pretty crummy. All right, do we know what we want next, even tech-wise? It's like there's a lot of good stuff up here. Maybe we just want to take the cheapest thing in this tier and move forward. We could also take Xeno. We can take Xeno foods instead of infrared detection. The difference isn't that big, but it does let us process resources in a way that could be actually pretty useful. Is there a world around here where it would actually, like, moving a point of food would actually be a big deal? It looks like the answer to that is no. Right now, we're not desperate for food, but we're not desperate for 6 science either. So what do we want? We definitely... Genesis cells is not super critical. Obviously, slipstream relay is a big deal. Hyperdrive, which lets you create links between planets that avoid the slipways, is potentially really useful. If we enlighten this world, it still won't flip, right? Yeah, because it'll still need an export. We still need to send people out, which could happen. To hold the Vittori, we still need one more. We need like a 5-point lab, or we need to improve an existing lab and build a new one. Thorians, Universal Harmony. We could bail on the Vittori at this point and just have these be our remaining factions. It's not a horrible idea. Yeah, actually, that may be the plan. So maybe we just ignore the science requirement. I mean, we still need a lot of science to get the text that we want to get for the rest of the game, though. So maybe keeping the Vittori is free as long as we do it in the right timing. Okay. Try to focus a little bit there. We need to up the number of planets we're settling. And we need to do it in such a way that we don't generate a bunch of unhappiness. All right, a thing we can definitely do is this. This is obviously good. We can also buy ourselves some enlightenment here to flip this world to successful. We already have a mineral lab, right? Yeah. If we didn't, this would be an okay location for one. So we didn't end up building that water lab, though. If we use this station to make an ocean world over here... What are these? Okay. Gosh, there are a lot of sources of minerals in this area. So if we use this station to very cheaply turn a nearby planet into an ocean. Or what else could we do here? Nothing, I guess. Yeah, we like turn this into an ocean. The problem is we can't. We need chips. Yeah, the problem is we can't put people on both the ocean world itself and the lab from just this world. So I need a second people world around here somewhere. Spiro could produce water with Genesis cells. It's funny, in my experience, what Spiro does mostly is suck all of the moisture out of things. Things being my poor body. Yeah. We could also potentially run more biomass to this lab. That's another way of generating more science, but it requires a little bit of robot. A little bit of robot that we do not currently have a good source of. Sorry, y'all. I'm working on it. It's a tricky situation we find ourselves in, for sure. It really is a shame that these two worlds can't see each other. Because this could be our ocean world. We could run people off of here, getting the biomass there. This world also doesn't have any ability to connect to any of this stuff. You know what? Let's reveal these. Okay. I was going to say, if one of those is an easy people world, we still might be able to finagle it. But of course, it was nothing and a burned out lava planet. Because we're just not allowed to have nice things. I need a source of chips for this one. So if we make this an ocean world, we find chips up here somewhere. Then we go food, chips, water, lab, water. And we get 2 workers and 2 water for the lab. That'll produce a 4 science lab right there. And then if we just improve any of the other existing labs, we do get to keep the Vittori for a little while longer, which is nice. Just in case it turns out to be unreasonable to run one of these other things. And that gets us most of the way to this stuff as well. Do we just accept the awkwardness here? Maybe? I guess I just don't think I can do much. If this world could... If we had hyperlanes, story's like very different. I think I'm going to take infrawave detection with no intention of ever using it, just to get us to the next tech tier. Hold on, though. Another thing we could do is we could get gravitic tugs. We could take the science off of this thing right now, get gravitic tugs, which gives us the ability to move planets, and then we could use that problem to solve this area. Yeah, that's what we should do. Okay, let's fire it. Get ye science, get gravitic tugs. That doesn't solve any of this problem, but it does put us in the tier where we can add, we can get hyper loops and stuff, and then hyper loops, hyper lanes, hyper drive. The difference between hyper drive and hyper loops is hyper drive is a real thing that might actually work. So we just move this world over slightly, right? Turn a nearby planet into an ocean world. It's this one. This planet becomes the world that gets our... That's the people world. Which is good for flipping this too. Yeah. So we move this... Oh, shoot. Sorry. I forgot which thing I was doing. Turn this planet into an ocean world. This planet moves just enough that these two worlds have the ability to connect. Okay, now we do the fancy thing. So, hold on, did I do that? No. There we go. Oh, click the planet to finalize its position. You know, it says right on there how to work this. There we go. That's functional. Okay, so this becomes this world. This becomes the ocean. One of these, a pair of resources run to here, ocean, and then uh-oh, wait a minute. Am I gonna have to undo this because I didn't make sure that there was a way to... There we go. Now we can connect everything. This and that and that and that is for science. Huzzah! Plus a bunch of worlds that are like doing their thing and are happy. Then we buy this world some enlightenment to turn it successful, to generate another point of approval. Make this connection, which is awesome for our happiness. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Now what? We still haven't done the energy thing here. Or wait, wasn't this planet able to turn... Oh, it was a Silphid option, though. Shit. Oh, hold on. I may have read this backwards when I looked at it before. Unlocks using human as robot, not robot as human. That's considerably more interesting. It's still a very expensive technology that we probably don't have time to research. Yeah, I'm not going to stress about it. Okay. What are we going to do? I need to improve one of my existing labs by a point. I think that's more likely than... 49. The hyperlane fixes everything, but also it's too goddamn expensive. It really does fix everything. It's going to be such a good technology. But we're going to have to wait until... We're going to have to wait 2 years to get it. And even then, we have to generate an extra point of science from planet exploration or something. Well, no, I guess I'm going to generate an extra point of science from one of my labs. Because we're totally going to figure this out. So... This is the one where it's easiest to generate a biomass, in theory. But we have to find a source of robots to do it. We're probably going to end up just using this one for money, is my guess. Um, If this is a Forge world, it has possibilities. Crushed. In fact, it was nothing. Yeah, there's not like any worlds over here. We do also need to inhabit 2 more worlds. And we're having a really hard time finding worlds that are worth inhabiting over here. Over here, we're probably going to find no worlds, is my guess. You would need a source of chips to be able to survive. We could gravitic tug here. Run food from this world to that world. And then need to find one more source of people. Actually, interesting thought. Can I get this world via gravitic tug to a place where I can send a worker to this lab? Because that would fix our science problem. So if we got it to like over here somewhere, it's not ideal. This world is very in the way. But like, what if we... Okay, I'm gonna try some stuff here. Okay, so like there-ish? I think I'm going to have to move this ice ball out of the way first. And we're almost certainly going to have to also install the slip thing here, which is a little weird. You know, the slip thing. I hate that it does not... There we go. I think the problem that it's having in this position is the distance. Yeah, okay. So, if I make this a people world... and I install a slip amplifier. Haha! Victory! And so well deserved. Okay, so now we just need to... I definitely need to hit this button. But we should really put down on one more planet first. And we must do so in a way that doesn't generate a ton of unhappiness. Which is actually, like, not a trivial task. How do I create a settlement where we meet the needs immediately? Because we kind of can't afford to lag on this. Well, actually, we need 5 years of +9 or 4 years of +10. No, actually, we could afford to lag a year. We could wait until 3770 to press the button. Our star score is going to be bad, but just finishing this one feels like a big enough deal. So is there any place here where we could reasonably easily make the thing happen? Oh, a thing I just realized is like we could absolutely enlighten and then send people over there so we can produce extra happiness here. That planet won't actually... it'll become successful, but we won't be able to flip it to prosperous. Doesn't have enough happy neighbors. Okay, losing focus. Where's a place where I can do the thing I just said? We could check up here. Don't have a robot source for that. We're producing enough science now that we don't need to add any science to get hyperdrive next year. It's definitely awkward that, like, so we have so few like resources that are hanging off that can reach other things easily. Okay. If we had like a spare point of people over here, then we could... But both of these planets are totally emptied. Okay. We can make that happen. I'm going to drive this planet out of the way. And then install... If we do this and this, we can output... Ooh, money. Money hasn't been a problem in a minute. I'm just going to smash this for the... Yeah, that's fine. Oh, man. Yeah, we just can't quite. Is there a world where if I installed the... Is there a people world where if I installed the project, it would flip right now? Here's a no. We still have to do an output. So it would cost us a month. And we can fix, given a month, we can fix this very easily by just doing this thing. In theory. I can't believe I'm $1 short. All right, smash it. Okay. It's a little bit of a bummer that we had to wait the year, but I think it was worth it. And I think we're still good on time. We're going to get very, very few stars. Okay, hyperdrive's super powerful. Also, it got discounted by us keeping people in one piece here, which is cool. So yeah, hyperdrive is super golden, right? Like, no question. Okay, so now we have to meet 3 of these goals before we can end the game. And yeah, right now, this will complete in time. We'll be fine. So, let's figure this out. It's pretty easy. Let's see. There's a bunch of things we can do pretty quickly here. What is my hyperlane range? It's like to here. Okay, so it's not super long, and we won't be able to use slip amplifiers for the hyperlanes because the hyperlanes are not a slipway. So yeah, like it's pretty tight. There is an upgrade for this in the next tier that's way expensive and we will not be able to get. Okay. That's fine, we'll deal. So we have to get to solid on 3 of these, huh? That's really not that easy. Yeah, everything, it's gonna turn out that literally everything we want to do is out of range, I bet. That sucks. I need, like, this isn't gonna work. Yeah. This'll work. And that means that doing this will actually make that planet successful. So that's something. And actually running this then flips that planet to prosperous. That's a bunch of happiness. And money. It doesn't do anything for us to make this connection at this point. Like, it makes the thing fire faster, but we don't actually care. Can you reach this world? No. Yes. Can you? No. Okay, so we could do a water delivery, which would actually flip this world. Yeah, that's worth doing. Okay, so we're at 130 on happiness. 130 and stable, worth noting. We're not losing anything over time. Let's fire one of these asteroids. Generating 5 more science is a tricky one. So we got to pick something up to advance. Biomass world can run water if we pick up Genesis cells. That's pretty good. Oh, sorry. Undo. Make this connection first. Then Genesis. Because otherwise the water automatically goes to here, but we're not going to be able to make this world successful anyway, almost certainly. There we go. So that covers some of the distance. My thinking is that these three are the ones we're going for in the end here. Colonizing 6 more worlds is definitely possible, but I don't know if it's possible to do that and meet our happiness threshold, because we're going to have just a bunch of like really unhappy worlds then. So where else can we make valuable moves? I mean, this is happiness. We should do this. That's a point. It's worth something. Actually, that makes a prosperous world. That's very solid. Then we're basically out of money for the year. These hyperlanes are quite expensive, it turns out. Do we have another station that we were waiting to use? No, we've spent all the stations. Okay. That's not a big deal. We don't have any water-producing worlds that could fund this. This is way out of range. Yeah. We could get a second point of export out of this by Genesis selling it and then moving it to here, which is a thing to keep in mind if we can't quite get our Ephorian set up, but don't need to worry about that otherwise. This doesn't have trade with even a single successful world, which is wild. But yeah, absolutely true. It turns out. Yeah, there's nothing we can really do about that. This is still really good. This would still do a lot for us. But we have to figure out the lab thing. This is still a problem. So we could set up a lab for chips, or what's the other thing? Minerals. Oh, chips and no, we have 4 labs, don't we? Yeah. Robots and yeah. So chips is the only thing we could set up a lab for. We currently have 1 chip world and it is exactly at maximum capacity. So we don't have a ton of spare worlds here. We have this, which could take, could take minerals from a couple of worlds maybe. Where's the range run out here? Okay. So we could tug this to a better position. Yeah, you're never going to produce more people. So we end up needing a second chip world. Three is a tough number. We need to make more robots and feed biomass off of these worlds to this lab. I think if we want to do this, I think that realistically that's the only way this is going to work. So how do we make that happen? Well, we can now do that. So yeah, that's something. Do I have an asteroid I can destroy, or do I need to go to the next year? Okay, let's break this. Do that. Which then makes this asteroid functional. It's getting pretty expensive. Yeah, we'll smash all these because we need to. And then End of year. Now I only need one more science. We could make this a people world if we had a way to make food somewhere. Because the point of water is just sitting right there. If we had robots for this, we wouldn't need to do the people world thing. We could just send the robot right there. Yeah, frustrating. Okay, We're so close. And, like, I believe we will get here very, very easily. Not necessarily easily, but, like, without having to modify the plan very much. You need a world to flip. Just looking around at this, trying to figure out where it is exactly that I'm planning to move all these extra minerals. Or all these extra resources. That doesn't reach... I don't know. We'll figure it out. One problem at a time. Let's solve this problem first. So, like, let me get a little bit more information here. Oh, that's really good information. So now this, right, I did a slip amplifier. I can't do the other project. Well, that's pretty cool. That gets the send back. And then there we go. Science. And then there we go. Science. So yeah, plus 50% is not going to be anywhere near enough to get that robot over to here. Out of curiosity, is there a Forge World around here? There is. We can certainly gravitic tug this into a position where this will work. Really? I'm hitting Alt. Is it actually not? No, it's fine. It's just choosing not to show me the other lane. There we go. So that's some happiness and some money. This can happen. And there, set. Cool. That's like actually a game-winning position. And at this point, this connection gains us a star, I believe. Yeah, 3774 is a better completion time. How much happiness the hub worlds of the different races generate? So when we hit this button, it's going to give us the hub worlds of these three races. We're going to lose the Bakar, and that is what it is. We could interstellar networks, or we could universal harmony. Both of those are viable and interesting. Is there... Can this reach? No. This can reach, though. So if we Genesis this world... Yeah. Genesis this world to add water, so that we send out the water. That flips that world to happy. And I think we just go ahead and hit the button. I guess there's no reason to, though, right? It doesn't benefit us to jump ahead. Because we could just do it next year. And if I settle two more things, we can... Yeah. Okay. So... Ascension gates. You build a structure. You could send population to it. First 3 populations sent generate happiness. But, like, we've done a really good job with happiness here, and I think we're going to be at the happiness threshold anyway, the maximum one. So... Firing this before the end of the year, firing this thing, the thing before the end of the year does generate us a star. We'll get 2 stars for this instead of 1. And then we're potentially still going to get, like, actually our score might be not bad at all. In fact, our score might be okay. So you just need to generate an export or import, and you're actually prosperous. Then these two worlds need a world to flip, which is more challenging, for sure, but not undoable. Unfortunately, I don't know how I'm going to spend the biomass, so I think I do want to take this. It's such a good technology. So now if we send a culture to this world, it flips over, which is awesome. Now that I don't need this world to be anything in particular, colonizing it, just making it something so that we can get to 41 is definitely more compelling. Yeah, like it just being anything is good enough. If it's a goods world, we can easily actually send the goods off of it. If it's anything else, we can't really use it. So I guess it needs to be a goods world. And then if we colonize one more planet, we're like in a really good spot here. So let's find a place where it makes sense to do that. On the whole, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. We could do it here. These worlds connect? They do. So this could be a water. Yeah, that's fine. Please. And actually, we can just go ahead and press the button right now. All of our stuff is satisfied simultaneously. We managed to put together another message from the damaged archive. As a warning, if you have not mastered Slipspace yet, be careful in your exploration of it. I am afraid that if you are reading this, you have the technology already. Even if that is the case, it might not be too late for you yet. It is for us. We've scanned the entire archive, so this is where the recoverable text ends. The Council wants us to keep a permanent base here in case we find new ways to extract information. Okay, that's cool. The Council is satisfied with how you're managing. Great. Great, so we got to keep four worlds, which is really cool. Okay. We're going to get to 38 science as things stand right now, which we could use to get interstellar networks. We could still potentially... Well, it doesn't matter though, does it? I'm used to just trying to drive the numbers as high as possible, but actually, if we just get to 140 happiness, like, we're done, right? So I guess let's try to make that happen. Where do we need stuff? So this world could flip to successful with a culture. Because it doesn't need a different type of input, it just needed any input. We can do the same thing over here. And I don't think this point of culture has any particular value aside from this. Well, hold on a second. We can push. Yeah. Okay. Then run this. That flips a ton of stuff. And that's the happiness cap. Okay, now we are optimizing this stuff. For maximum score, we need to get to 16% between the four of them. So, first things first, the Bakar Frontier world. From the starting wormhole. So this world is the farthest of anything. Yeah. What does that get us? Oh, right, successful world. It's not that much further than this world. 4. You know, if they average 4 each, that's successful. That's good enough right there. This one's trickier. Starting from the 8th import or export. So this world will be like 1. That's 4 people out and 4 things in. Do we have a world that's better? This world could also be... Well, starting from the 8th. So it'll be 1 right now and 2 when we send off the culture. And then if we send culture back to here from other worlds, we could drag that number up. We could also still import goods, food, minerals. This isn't going to reach, right? No. But I don't think we're doing much better anywhere else. This world's about the same, but the problem with that is it means it's about the same. Yeah, so we could probably do this, but it's not going to generate a ton of value. We could, of course, settle a new world further out to feed this thing, but I don't know where we would do that. Is this the same distance as that? It's so hard to tell, and I can't use my monitor. Like, I can't use relative measuring on my monitor. I guess we have the lines, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is about the same distance. We probably can't flip this world. I think this is as good as we're getting, probably. The lines in space are actually very helpful. I had not really thought about that before. Okay, 1 happiness for every 2 population produced on this world and every world directly connected to it, as long as they are employed. Is it... Here's a question. Is it possible to make one world 2 different homeworlds? Like, am I allowed to do that and this? No. Okay. Because if it was, that's a compelling place to try to make that happen, right? You can't connect directly. You can connect directly. The only problem is range. So this world's the Dender world. Oh, actually, I can't make this connection even with the Slipway thing. Hold on. If I build a slip amplifier here, does it work? No, it won't double up. Okay, so that's like... I mean, that's 4. It's fine. 1 science for every... Or 1 happiness for every 3 science produced on this world and everything directly connected to it. So... we can make it this world. The problem is, if we get another point of science to this lab or to this lab, we can produce 4 happiness from that. God, I wish this connection could work. It's so... It must be so close. It really is. It really is. It's a shame that the Slipway doesn't double up the way we want. And these worlds both have projects on them already. I'm seeing if there's... like, does it look like there's another place where we can make a larger number of connections? That's out of range. Those can connect directly. That doesn't work, though. So there's a bunch of places where I can do 2 worlds. Not very many. It doesn't look like there's anywhere where I can get 3 of my people worlds to touch. This is fine. 4 is fine. So If we can just get... We're not in a position to connect. This world's actually at 10. We're not in a position to send extra robots or people there, are we? No. So this is an 11. We could get this to 12. We could. Right, if we just, if we people this world. That I think is the only, it looks like that's the only way we're going to get it. All right, I'm pretty sure this is our Vittori Galactic University. And then the Ephorian trade capital is here. So these don't connect. But the connection here allows me to send a good in. We can send a good out. There's no other sources of minerals or food or anything around. And there's nothing I can do about that. We have the ability to make robots out of food. Or robots out of people. Actually, does that change the math over here? No, we have no spare people around. All of the citizens in this area are employed already. But that technology does still do stuff for us. We probably do take that. It's also the case that we might just end up building a garbage lab somewhere that connects to this world. Just like all it has to do is produce 1 point of science. Has to be this year though. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. I think that there's no version of this where we use anything else as our last tech. Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah. Okay. Sure. So we want to make this world, this thing. And we like send, I don't know where we send this culture. This culture has to go here though. We're going to generate 15 happiness, aren't we? I think so. I think we're going to get 4 stars instead of 5. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. So where can we do something useful? We could send an extra point of science to this world, to this lab. But not to this lab. Sorry, I'm still obsessed with trying to make sure that we actually get the distance here. Right, because okay, we're gonna send this somewhere. Probably to like here. Because that'll be a 5th point, and yeah, that'll actually flip this world. Except it doesn't matter. Yeah, the thing about that is that it does not matter. So this can just go anywhere. We don't care about general happiness. This is the thing I keep having to remind myself. We're actually done already. We just need to make our our homeworlds happier. So I need a lab. I need a point of science. Okay, that is out of range. That could never have sent its robot to the place that we need it. If we... Oh, I don't care about my happiness in a general sense anymore. Yeah, we no longer have to babysit that. So okay, there's my 4 points from this. 3 points here. Is there any way that I can generate one more income for this world? Because this is the thing standing between us and 5 stars at this point. You can't reach. I think the answer is no. I think we lose. I mean, lose. I think we only get 20 stars. I think we only get 21 stars. Yeah, so unless we can push one of the other worlds somehow, but I don't see how. Yeah, this world certainly cannot be adjusted at this point. The Bakar world can't be adjusted. The Euphorians world can't be adjusted. We'd have to gain 3 science. There's no way to do that. Right? The water worlds that are around here, yeah, we can't make that work. I think we're just done then. Yeah, all right, I'll take a 21. Considering I really thought we were unlikely to be able to finish this at all. The revelations from the Forebear archive have shaken the people of the Empire, even though it was like a very small amount of text and it didn't really reveal any information. Will it maintain unity in the face of coming disaster, or will the council fall apart? Well, I mean, it's already, the unraveling has begun, right? Okay, that's something. We got there. We did it. So, obviously, that very long run ended. That is it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I think this is where we're going to call it for this series. I think we're going to open up a space on the schedule for something different. So, thank you all for dipping your toe back into Slipways with me. This game is excellent. I like it so much. I'm very eagerly awaiting the 3rd and final portion of the campaign and the remaining 5 levels. So come back whenever that launches for that, and tomorrow for some kind of new thing. And we'll see you then.